Do you feel like every summer your kids forget everything you taught them last year? Like they drop 3 grades in spelling or they forget how to add? We've definitely experienced that, and I have found the way to beat the summer slide. So if you're looking for a way to figure out how to help your kids not lose and forget everything that you taught them last year, keep watching. Hi, I'm Tiffany, the Happy Homeschooler. So our secret for beating the summer slide is to basically keep doing everything we're already doing. I don't take a huge summer break, and I know that may not be what you want to hear, and honestly, you don't have to do all the things, but there's a few things that we always continue, and here they are. The first one is reading. I never stop reading out loud to my children. Now, during the summer, this can be a fun way to read some of the different books that aren't part of our curriculum. We're currently reading the Wing Feather Saga, and it's so much fun. It's still the school year, and I'm just reading that on the side, but that's an example of other ways you can still be reading out loud to your kids, like find a good summer reading list and just keep on reading all year long. I also have my kids keep reading. They're doing their own read-alouds. Now, my kids read for fun anyway, but if you have a reluctant reader, a really great way to do this would be to maybe give some prizes, or I'm having my book club. I'll be doing a summer reading challenge for all of my students just to help them stay motivated and keep reading all summer. Then for my younger kids, I'll be having them read their books as normal through the Sunlight curriculum, the language arts program. However, I'll be giving them extra prizes and inspiration to keep them reading all summer long. The next one is math. Oh yes, math. We will not stop doing math. Even if they finish their school books before the end of the year, or they finish their school books with the end of the year, I will still have them be doing flashcards, spreadsheets, anything to keep math still fresh in their minds, because otherwise they'll forget it. 3 months off is so long, and it gives them something to do. I find that my kids just function better with structure. They don't necessarily want to take that much time off, even if it sounds fun in the moment. They end up doing so much better if they're just doing a little bit. If they have a few activity sheets, have some things to do. Another really fun way to do this is just like reading math stories. Life of Frank, that's a great math book, like a textbook, but not really. But you could just do that. Have it be a fun story that you're reading every day, kind of talking about math, talking about it in your everyday life, talking about it when you're cooking, talking about it when you're asking what time it is. All those things, just easy ways to incorporate math, almost like you're unschooling during the summer. The other thing we'll be doing extra of is just biking, hiking, picnicking, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't really go on those trips for the school aspect. I'm not going out there with like a whole guidebook on teaching them a whole new study. We're not going to take a tree unit study on our picnic with us. Honestly, we're just going to go, we're going to have fun. I'm going to use my plant identification app. I have this cool little plant identification app called Picture This. Again, not sponsored. It's just something I use, and it's really, really fun, and you just snap a photo, it tells you what the plant is, and it's a really great way to just do some plant identification without necessarily having to bring a book, look it up, draw it, whatever. Those things are great too. I encourage you to do those things if you have the capacity or if you want to with your kids, but don't feel like that's what you have to do to be successful during the summer. I say have a picnic for picnic's sake. Go on a hike for hiking's sake. You don't have to just turn everything into a lesson. You can just have fun and relax as the parent too. I find that I personally am less inclined to do those things if I know that I'm going to have to spend 2 hours preparing for it prior to going out. It's also a great time to look at other extracurricular activities that you could be doing. My kids are interested in a few things. I'm going to be looking into those things, letting them try them out and see if they'd be a good fit that we could continue doing in our upcoming school year. However, summer is the best time, at least for me, to just see if those things work for our schedule, if they work for our daily routine. So a couple of those things are horseback riding and then going to some homeschooling PE groups. And I think those are great things for the kids, and I don't necessarily want to feel stressed about launching into them right at the beginning of the school year. So summertime is a great time to try out new things like that. We'll also be going on 2 road trips. We'll be driving all the way up to the Pacific Northwest, and then we'll be driving over to Kentucky. We are located centrally in Colorado, so it takes us about 20 hours, both of those trips, and I'm really excited for them. We do these without screens. My kids don't have any devices to play on in the car, and sometimes people have been like, what? That's crazy. But I find that the kids learn so much. We enjoy playing the license plate game. We're looking at the different scenic views, and we're just seeing the names of the cities that we're driving through. We're talking about what we're seeing. We're looking for animals. There's so much to do, and my kids aren't glued to screens because they don't even have them for the road trips. So I think road trips can be so much fun. You can learn so much, and we always listen to audiobooks along the way. That wraps up our summer activities for summer 2021. If you want some screen-free suggestions, I suggest you check out my video up here just for some good ideas for screen-free things that your kids can do. I found when I was looking online, there's a lot of elementary and younger kid screen-free options, but not a ton for middle graders or preteens. And I personally don't want my preteen spending his entire summer on the screen. So we have a lot of other things that we do instead, and I find that it works really well for us. So I encourage you to check out that video for some screen-free ideas for your summer and just have an awesome summer with your kids.